Good morning, guys. Yes, I know you didn't expect to see me, and I didn't expect to see me either, so excuse the face. But yes, we are still having technical difficulties, and I apologize. iPads, iPhones, or iOS systems are not working well on Facebook Live, I'm realizing. But we're going to get this show on the road, and we have our guest in the comments. So if you guys are coming in now, go ahead and please uh, put your questions in the comments, and I'm going to give you some information about it. So today we we're going to be talking with Pamela Hillard and Hillard Owens about email marketing and a little bit about what authors can do. And I'm going to give you put all the stuff to the comments as we go. So bear with me as we get it going. So first, let me tag our speaker so she's here in the comments for us. I don't know if it'll let me tag. I don't know if it'll let me tag. It's been kind of. I see like a lot more stuff over here, which is kind of cool. Yay, you're here. Good. So I'm gonna put her marketing course in there, but we're gonna go through the PDF that I'm gonna also supply for you guys little by little. Bear with me as I go through it, because yeah, if I can do this on the spot, you know what? Sylvia is going to be deemed a superwoman. A superwoman. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to make this. I can do it this way. Dun, dun, dun. So I can do it this way. I'm going to add it to my drive. And then I'm going to go to my drive and share the link with you guys. And then we're going to get started on learning a little bit about the essentials of email marketing. It's hard to talk and type, so bear with me. But yeah, as I am talking, you guys put your literary challenges and successes in the comments. And then also, I would like you guys to know that this, come on. Also, I would like you guys to know that this weekend, next Saturday, is the Sterling Fest out at Sterling Heights, Sterling Public Library. And I hope to see you guys come out there. If you already have a table, let me know, because we'll let everybody know in the comments. And then also, we'll have me and a couple of other Motown writer authors will be there at the table. I think I do still have one spot left on my table. One of the authors said that they don't know their work schedule and they're waiting for it to be posted. So I think by Monday I might have a space. So if you guys, I'm offering the opportunity here. If you guys want to come, one person will be accepted. I want you all to show up and be like, yeah, you said we could all come out. Make sure you DM me if you're listening to this message, and you guys could actually have a table at the Sterling Fest that you didn't expect. So yeah, let me know, and I would love to have you out there, and sell books. Even if it's your first time or 20th time, it's great to be in the company of authors. So I'm going down my list of people I usually invite to our meeting. Give me a second as I figure that out too. Let's see if I do this. I don't have my double screen this time. I just have my single screen, so bear with me some more as I figure this out. Okay, oh, I can do it here. Let's go here and then go here. go here. Go up a little. Let me see. See, okay, I see myself live. I found it. Hi, Colette. Hey, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm trying to tag everybody I can think of. Off the top of my head without looking at my notes, so bear with me. And then, was it Wayne? I know Wayne. And then, my brain is gone, of course. Matthews. I remember people in the weirdest order. Okay, this is enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna open up the document over here so that I can see it in my window. So if you guys can see me, so I have put the link for the Drive document in the comments. So hey, Lisa. Good morning, guys. So what's happening is that if you just joined us, we're having technical difficulties with our original speaker, and I am going to try to go through it, and she's going to help with questions and links and comments. Dr. Owens, make sure you put in any contact information so they can find out more about you, and I also put a link to her author and book marketing courses that you guys can take, which is very influential. Now, the reason why I wanted to really do this is because I started back in 2000, and back then, of course, email was very present, but social media was not around. I'm an old head, as you can see, but at that time, the only way really to reach out, I mean, there were groups, there were Yahoo groups, which were really popular, but a lot of times you were pushing people from the Yahoo groups into your email list, and then really getting in and connecting with your reader. And I think that practice has gone away, or has not been very influential. But it will and always be a way to make money for an author. You will always be bringing in a steady income if you have your email list, because people are always going to be opening up their emails. They're always going to be reading. They're always going to be, if it's catchy enough, or if they support you enough, it's always going to be a very popular way for writers and authors to sell books. Always. And I'm talking about all the way from 2000, so I pretty much know, and I have a very strong list, and I wanted to get back in touch with it again. That's why I was so excited about this. That's why I was so excited. But if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments so we can go ahead. And if you can hear me, send, shout out, give me a heart, say, hey, I got you, Sylvia, I am here. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I didn't mute my microphone or anything. Sometimes I keep it really low, so I'm checking that as well. Okay, so you guys should be able to hear me. I haven't, you know what? I forgot I had Deadly Women in my ear. It should be, and I'm like, why is that TV running in my ear? So you can tell I got all of a sudden. So, yeah, let me turn that off. Let's go. So we're gonna go, and I have the PDF in a smaller screen, so if I'm looking away from you guys, that is because I am looking down at, or looking up at the PDF. So yeah, bear with me as I in my screen so I can see kind of everything. Push this over so I can see you guys' comments. Bring in this. So now it looks like we are ready. I wish I could take a screenshot and show you guys how. Let me see, can I? So yeah, I can show you guys let me see if it'll let me do it. I don't know if it'll let me. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to show you guys just to see the background of everything. I don't know if it's gonna let me though. It probably won't, because it's never nice to me, I think, with pictures, but I will go ahead and show you guys probably later. Let me see if it'll let me post it there. No, it won't let me post it there. But I'll show you guys later. So this is what we're doing. So if you go and click on the PDF, you will see where I am talking about. I don't know if I have all my stuff up. Do I have it? Okay, we do. Don't touch that. So I don't see the Google Drive thing. So let me copy that again on the Google Drive. Let me see the share link. And if Pamela, if you could, oh, I know why. So anyone, I have to give you a guy's access. Yeah, that would be smart. Okay. So I just posted it. Hey, good morning, Vanessa. Good morning. Oh, I see. Okay, now it updates. Okay, it wasn't updating. Good morning, guys. Okay, so it looks like we got everything in there. Okay, so the other link of the Google Drive, I posted it. Just joined. Good morning. What event were you just mentioning? Oh, the Sterling Heights. Since everybody's got back in, the Sterling Heights Library is having an author book fair with the Sterling Fest coming up. And we do have a table. One of the authors who are going to be there, I have invited two of the people who had asked last year, could they be a part of it? And I had promised them the table from last year, but one of them thinks they might have to work, and I won't know until Monday. And so I'm saying, if you are interested, and first I'll probably do a first come first serve. DM me and let me know if you would be interested, and once we find out their schedule Monday, if they're going to be there or not, then I'll be able to let you know if you can come out and have a table with us at the Sterling Fest next weekend on the 29th at the Sterling Public Library. And once we confirm, I can send you all the details. We'll have actually bought 2 tables this year, so we'll have enough room. Last year we all crowded at one little table, so it was kind of tough, but this year it'll be 3 authors and we'll have 2 long tables. So yeah, let me know. 3 authors and 2 long tables. So yeah, so let me know if you guys are interested. Just DM me offline and let me know. It's the 29th of July, and it's a really nice event where they have a festival already for Sterling Heights. They have a festival for Sterling Heights, and then you automatically get that draw from there. Like, we are at the beginning to get inside of Sterling Heights Festival, then we're at the beginning of it as well, so the people definitely see you. So I love it. I always have it. So good. Okay, good. So everybody, make sure you guys click the PDF, because that's where we're going to be going through, is looking through that PDF of the Essential Email Marketing for Independent Authors. And this is by Miss Pamela Hillard Owens, who is in the chat now. So if you guys have any questions, she's going to help us with the questions, and we're just going to be going through with her permission. This is a new thing for me, so guys, bear with me, because I might be asking questions too as we go along. So let's talk a little bit about the beautiful Miss Pamela Hillard Owens. I've known her for years. We might have to close the door because my husband is working. So hold on. Go download the PDF, and I'm going to close the door. Okay. So like I said, this is all of a sudden. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay, so I met Miss Pamela, I say almost a decade ago. I met her, I think I met her husband first, and then I didn't know her and her husband were married. And so it was it was like, oh my God, you know Keith? And she's like, yeah, that's my husband. And I was like, ah. So yeah, but she's always been knowledgeable and very helpful to the community. And I did a podcast with her. So it's been a journey with her, but she is a solopreneur author, and she has a specialty in maximizing branding and marketing influence for independent writers and creators and solo professionals through online training courses and group one-on-one coaching. Her and her husband has the Team Owens, and it's like the cutest graphic with them together. So it's just, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy, and she has like these really informative emails. So make sure you guys sign up at least for her email. Put the link so they can sign up for your email in the comments for me, Miss Pam, so we can especially so they can get on the list, because your emails are really, and I do share them occasionally in the group, because I follow you on LinkedIn, and it's very informative. You guys got to get on the subscription, because they are very helpful. And even as me, like I said, I'm an old head, but you can always learn new things, and she has very, very good articles that go out. So the power of email marketing, like I was saying in the beginning, the oldest, I'd say the oldest form of promoting to readers has been email, and it's a tried and true powerful way to get readers to become familiar with you, to support your brand, and to buy books. Emails have always been a way, and like I said, a lot of people have gotten away from it, or a lot of people don't even do it at all. I have done some one-on-ones with authors, and then I'm like, do you have an email list? And I would say 40% barely are doing it, or they say yes to me. The rest 60% are not doing it at all, and they're relying on and some people, most times they'll even say, oh well, I got Facebook, or I got Instagram, or I got whatever social media. But that is not a tried and true form. You don't own those lists. I don't care what you say, you don't own those lists. And you could wake up one day and not have Facebook. And I know you hear that a lot, and you're like, yeah, it's going to be here forever. Yeah, so is air, but we're seeing that's going away too. So is good air. But what I'm saying is, you want to make sure you have a list you can control, that you own, that you can make sure that you have the power to increase it, and no one can take that away. So you want to make sure that you do have an email list that you can email market to. That is really important, very, very important. I stress it a lot when I'm doing one-on-one coachings with clients, and I never say I am good at it, because I do fall off the boat a lot of times. I have, which I'm going to pat myself on the back, for the last 6 months been putting out a monthly newsletter that has, tips and tricks in it, and I have like excerpts or a free ebook for someone. I'm getting better at it, and this is why I was so excited about this. So if I'm not getting updates on questions, because I feel like I'm missing out on it, it never gives me updates. Okay, Vanessa says, I'm looking forward to this information because I offered something free to folks, but nobody wants to give out their email address. They subscribe to my website, but they wouldn't join via giving me their email addresses. A lot of times they don't want to give it to you in the comments, Vanessa. So don't ask them to post it in the comments. You can either tell them to DM you or send the link out as a smaller thing. Yeah, it has been years ago. It has been years ago. So if I'm missing anything because it's not updating the comments, you know what? I'm going to have to do it like this and see if it'll do the comments separately, because I'm not getting them in the thing. So guys, bear with me, because I want to make sure I am getting your comments. Yeah, my comments are not updating over there as they should be. So what I'm going to do here is make sure I can see your comments. Well, hopefully when we go through here, Vanessa, we'll find a way to do that. So yeah, definitely, let's keep going on. Okay, so introduction to email marketing. Like I was saying before, and as she says in here, it is a way to help indie authors build a relationship with their readers. And when I say it builds a relationship. You really get in there. You promote their books, you promote your books, and then you increase your sales. And we're going to learn the basis today. One of the benefits she does discuss is that email marketing helps authors keep in touch with the readers. Um, it increases your book sales. It does not only just your current, like your people say, well, I only promoted my newsletter when I have a new read, but it even helps with your back read. I just did a throwback. I did a throwback thing, and I had put it out in my email list to people who had bought books in the past for me, and it actually, people were coming to this book. I hadn't promoted this book literally in almost 15 years, and I just decided, hey, let's do a throwback. This is a new thing I'm doing. It's a throwback, so I sent it out to people who had bought books from me in the past, but they hadn't bought this book. And then I sent this out to them, and man, in that email list, I got some premium gas money. I'm gonna tell you that. But it also builds relationships and establish credibility as an author. You guys are hearing me roll out of bed voice, so that's why my voice takes me 3 hours in the morning to roll out of bed. So this is my roll out of bed voice. So I apologize, but it builds credibility as an author in helping you reach your goal and making sure that people actually look at you as a real author. It's the social media is so overwhelmed with everyone throwing information at you, but once a reader adheres to you and they join your email list, you're building a really powerful relationship with them, because not only did they provide you a way to reach them, but also giving them updates about your literary life and just making sure to keep up with them and will keep up with you is an honor for them, and it's an honor for you, and you are doing a lot. If you're not using your email list, you're leaving money on the table, like Tanita likes to say a lot. So building a targeted email list. This will help you out, Vanessa, and probably because I need to do it again, and I need to do lists. So this is all like learning for me as well. So once you build once you have the email list, and set it up, and please make sure you set it up properly. Make sure you have good graphics and stuff like that. Set up your email list, and we'll go into email distribution apps that you can use in a second. But even before you start it off, you want to make a list of things like this, build a target email list. So you can offer free samples of your work in exchange for an email address, and that's called oh my god, what is that called, Pamela? It's called a reader something. I can't remember right now. You can create a sign up form on your website or your blog, even on your Facebook page. You can actually do a sign up tab where people can go in and hit the sign up button. You can regularly engage with your email subscribers with valuable content and updates, which is what I just said. So yeah, reader magnet. Thank you guys. So Vanessa said, oh God, you guys go. I've been waiting to talk to people about my journey, and that's how it's going writing a novel and as an adult. So what you're saying is that I can talk about that. Yes, you can. You can do like a 5-part How Did I Begin series. Oh, that was good. I might use that one. And then Pamela says, what's really important for your email is to include valuable information about writing or your book topic in general. That way you're not just putting people to buy your book. Right, definitely. And yeah, that's what you can do. That was a great suggestion, and that goes hand in hand with those two things, is that you can talk about your journey. It's so many suggestions, and I'll probably go through some of them that I have if she doesn't have them in here, but definitely. So yes, so how do you get the emails, and how do you do? Well, back in the day, I'm going to go with the old head again. back in the day, people used to like go into their email, put a whole bunch of everybody's email in theirs, even if you didn't want it, and then they would send it out, and you could see these huge people, all these emails and people's emails that you would get, and then some people would copy those emails, especially authors. I don't know if anybody did it in the other business world, but in author world, they would copy all those emails, and then they would send those out to other people emails, and you would get all these crazy. Well, then that's the term spam and that's illegal. And you can't do that. You can't go and just take people's emails, which is why a lot of people don't leave it in the comments, because they don't want to be spammed like that. I have to go through the trouble of saying unsubscribe. Well, you can't do that anymore. Now you have to have a valid distribution list where it can go out and that you're not showing people's emails out. So you can use things like Constant Contact, MailChimp, ConvertKit. If you want cheaper, I know cheaper options are like MailerLite, but even they went up in a little bit in fees as well. And it's a whole bunch, but the ones that I've used Constant Contact, MailChimp. I'm not ready to progress to ConvertKit as of yet. I don't think I'm not ready for ConvertKit, but it is a great option as well. Those have been really good ways for people to make sure you're abiding by even international laws, because there's now international laws for sending out emails, and you want to make sure you're not violating anything on any platform, and it helps with the keeping it all organized. So crafting effective emails, and this is a great a great thing, because this actually does help. It's not just doing a social media post. It's not saying, well, I'm going to post on Facebook, I'm going to post on MailChimp. You don't do that. This is a very thing. Do not use send to all. Yes. With your email marketing app, you can use mail merge, where each recipient only gets your email without seeing everyone else's email. Yeah, definitely. That is horrible. But even in the distribution apps, I like it because you can have different lists that people sign up for. So say that you are a relationship coach, but you're also an author, and people just want to sometimes hear, because you're an author, but you're also a relationship person, so they want to hear, of course, the relationship talk. So you can actually have two separate lists under one account and be able to send out special information or promo. So I love the distribution apps, and I do heavily promote it to do. You can keep your list low, and then you can, y'all know, they'll be doing it while I'm on here, crazy heads. You keep your costs low by monitoring your list very well. So also crafting effective emails. So email marketing helps independent authors to build their brand, connect with their audience, and promote their books effectively. Use attention grabbing subject lines, and those are like, you can look up like call to actions, and sometimes you'll see them called CTAs. A lot of times, even if you go on Instagram and you type in CTA and do a search on CTAs or call to actions, there's a lot of videos where people actually promote, hey, here's call to actions that you can post in, and you can use those. But attention grabbing subject lines, and you can even Google that for that. It's a lot of them out there to grab people's attentions that you can make proprietary towards you. You can use personalized messages and include calls to action to help drive engagement and sales, like this says. So yeah, definitely you can find a lot of those. And like I said, you should attend the course that Pamela has, because most likely you can go in and she can go in and really focus on how to make sure, because that is the first step in making sure that those emails get open, because that's what you really do want. You want them to open those emails, not just sign up for it, but you want them to open it, and you want them to read the information, and that's where it becomes really complex. So the first step is making sure you have really good subject lines for them, because even though you have their email, even though they're getting this email, you want to make sure that it comes through and make sure that they get that information. I switched from MailChimp to Constant Contact, which includes the social media manager. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Well, because I have two assistants, so that kind of helps. That already manages them. So it kind of helps me right now. And I did have Constant Contact, but like I was getting, I found out, well, for me, the cost was better with MailChimp than Constant Contact. And then MailChimp and I worked out a deal because I was like, okay, I have these two, and we worked out a deal where I don't have to pay as much as everybody else. So that's kind of cool for me. And I don't even use the affiliate fee or anything, affiliate marketing, which I probably should. I probably would even make my costs go down even lower. But Constant Contact. I used to use them, but then I moved my list to there. So, but I did like the drag and drop. I don't know if Constant Contact still have it, but they had the drag and drop method. I love those, and they were easier. I do see that there is an easier learning curve with Constant Contact than MailChimp. So yes. Yes, there is a cost to it, but the cost can be low, depending on, and she can discuss that in her email course of all the costs associated with it. But when I tell you it's the best investment, it's the most vital investment to your author platform is a mailing list. Any author that you see at the top of their game will tell you that their email list is their cash cow. So definitely don't think of it like, oh my God, another bill I gotta pay. This is actually something that is going to make money for you and for yourself, and build your author platform. So, oh yeah. See, and yeah, I know it has like the Constant Contact has the AI. I saw that they had incorporated it, and I think MailChimp is trying to do it as well. But I don't think they have implemented it as well as of yet. But yeah, Constant Contact has an easier learning curve than MailChimp, I will say. Yes. And yes, there's a cost depending on, yeah. And Pamela says there's a cost depending on how many contacts you have and how many emails you send out. So examples of successful email campaigns. So number one is a personalized welcome email to new subscribers. And you can have it where they can come in and get the reader magnet, and then you get, as soon as they sign up, they're new. Make sure that is one of the things that people always forget to do is their welcome emails. Make sure you do have a welcome email. It's very important. Yes, like she said, it's an email list. It's your most valuable asset. When you do pay, it is a business expense and it's tax deductible at the end. So please use that. You can also offer successful email campaigns are exclusive sneak peeks and behind the scene content, and call to action buttons leading to book sale pages. So make sure you guys are using those. Even if you don't do anything else with your email list, make sure you are doing these three things. The welcome is the most fun, because getting them in, getting them comfortable with you, and then offering like, hey, this is it. And then a lot of times I'll send out companionship books, excerpts from companionship books, long excerpts like the first 5 chapters. So now that you've read this book, this is the companionship book to this, and I do that as well. So those are my little tidbits of what I do. So measuring success with email analytics. Okay, where are we at? Okay, I'm trying to make sure. Oh, good. Measuring success with email analytics. The authors get away from seeing numbers. I guess, you're a writer, not a mathematician, but analytics are very important to know what works and what doesn't work. And when you really focus on your email analytics, it helps you really understand your whole impact on your social media, on your book sales and everything. So getting in touch with your email analytics, it provides valuable insights into open rates, click-through rates, conversions, and subscriber engagement, and analyze these metrics to improve your strategy. I usually say do this once a month, but if Pamela says do it more closer than that, but I usually say sit down and look at your analytics and your numbers at least once a month, not just your subscriber count. Because, like I said, you can give people a key to the door, but you want to make sure they open that door and come in and get comfortable. So make sure that like you are looking at the click-through rates, the conversions, and the engagements. If they're going in and actually clicking on buttons, go when you are building these emails. Make sure inside of it you're saying, "Hey, now that you've read this email, click here," or "Hey, reply back and say this." I just saw a video where the girl says that she will do her welcome message and then say, "Hey, if you enjoyed this and would like a free gift, click here." And people will click it, and then they would get a bonus story, or even to a she has it to a friend story. And I'm always interested in seeing, like, I followed her, I did it like for 3 months, and it was to something always different, where you have like, surprise, this is it. You should always have a regular schedule for sending out your emails, and then regularly review your analytics. Very good. Yes. So yeah, and that's pretty much the PowerPoint. But yeah, thank you for considering the power of email marketing and growing your business in independent. I hope I hit all the points. I hope I did, because I want to make sure people did get it, and people who have not used it, I would like to know why you haven't in our thing. That's very important for me to know. Why aren't you using it? I'm trying to close Windows so then I can have more power. I would love to know why. Hold on. Catching up. Okay, there it is. I would like to know why you are not using it, and what are your difficulties in your comments. So if you're listening here on the replay, let us know, why don't you use your email marketing, if you have it, and what are your fears regarding it. Yes, of course, it's the work of it all, but we would love to know, like, and then the people who do have it, how have you been using it, and do you offer any special things to your readers, and how you send out yours to give other people ideas. But please make sure I haven't even had coffee today, guys, so avoid my voice. Please make sure you guys are going in and signing up for the courses. Make sure you repost the course links in the comments, Pamela, so then they can subscribe to the six courses that they can get, because it's very important. I'm stressing it for you guys, because I want you guys to be successful going into 2024, and this is a lost art of promoting. And a lot of people say, well, I spend so much money on ads, I spend so much money on promotion, I spend so much money on marketing, whereas this is a stress-free way of actually getting book sales. And for those who are not doing it, you're missing a lot of opportunity that you could be having. My difficulty is automating the emails. That's lost on me, along with everything else. It's overwhelming. I know. Trust me, girl, I know. And I've been doing it for 23 years, and I know it is overwhelming. But like she said, if you put together how you want to do and that's what I do need to do, is just sit down and put together, who am I trying to target, why am I trying to target, and then different calls to actions that I can do, and things like that. And then you kind of see the big picture of, oh, I can put these together in advance. And then using distribution apps, you can actually, sit down for like a Sunday and really work on your automation with that. And that's what I've been doing lately, is just making sure I have a monthly newsletter going out, and then special I'm actually adding on special discounts, and special offers. On the off weeks, I'm not sending out my newsletter. Sandra says, I've used MailChimp for landing pages mostly and emails. I have not focused on real email campaign, but I know it's an opportunity I've been missing out on. Definitely, it is. It is. It When I tell you it works, because even in low times, when I have, guys, I've had personal situations all the time. The fact that I'm still able to keep up with the automation of my emails, is really good. Practice on the welcome email first. If you want to practice on automation, first practice on getting that welcome email together. And make sure you guys sign up for the course, because it's really important. People miss out on a perfect opportunity, because once they sign up, so what happens is that a reader sees something and says, oh, this is awesome, I would like to get an excerpt of it, because you send this out and you say, hey, you guys want to get an excerpt of the first chapter of my book is free, or the first 5 chapters of my book is free, so click here, and they sign up. Say that they sign up. And then after that, you send the welcome email. What it does is that they'll get the excerpt, but then they'll also be signing up, and then it'll send out automatically in your distribution apps. It'll send out a welcome email. Thank you for joining me for this wonderful journey, this wonderful literary journey of mine. And you can Google welcome emails, and go to templates and stuff like that. It's a lot of people who send those out, and most likely in the course, Pamela will show you how to put one together. But when you send it out, you can actually send out even more things to let them know what's going on. So this is if you offer courses or journals or other things, you can let them know about that, and then you can prepare them for, I'm not going to bother you that much, but this is going to be something you're going to enjoy. And then it does make them feel, it's kind of like, giving them tea or coffee when they enter your home and sit down on the couch and have a seat and let's get comfortable with you. So it does help. And then after that, you can actually build up a sequence of events and go from there. But first, get the welcome emails out the way. I've used MailChimp for landing pages, mostly emails, and focus on apps like MailChimp and Content really help with automation. They do help with automation, and they help. The scheduling sequences are awesome to make sure. So once you get the welcome emails, then scheduling different book marketing sequences and that's my next hill to conquer, is that. But yeah, that welcome email has brought me a lot of attention for readers, and especially I'm in a field where it's like a lot of readers. So taking their time away and having them sign up and stay signed up, not just to get the special free offers, but also stay signed up, is also the challenge for me. So I know that I need to work on email sequences as well, and that's my next challenge. So it's automation part that seems tricky to me. Yeah, everybody, and MailChimp isn't the most user friendly. Yeah, and I do agree with that. It is not the most user friendly. It does take time, but girl, I'm here for you. I'm here with the struggles with you as well, because like I said, Constant Contact has a very a better learning curve than MailChimp, unfortunately. What's frustrating to me is that I have over 70 people on one of my Facebook business page and about 90 people on the other Facebook business page. I've posted a few times for them to subscribe to my website. I give the link and say they can get a free digital calendar afterwards. Nobody, you hear me, nobody responded, signing up, nothing. Now, it could be your call to actions. Maybe you can work on that. It could be your call to actions, but I'm sure Pamela might have another tip or trick. But maybe you should look on your call to actions to see if you can spice it up. So what is it about this free digital calendar that they need? Because a lot of people already have a digital calendar, but what makes this digital calendar unique that you must have this digital calendar to make them continue forward onto it. It's kind of like leaving breadcrumbs. So look into your call to action to see if that's what's making people not want to get the digital calendar. Try that. And then if you've been doing it for a while, if it's not working, try something else other than the free digital calendar. Try another freebie item that you can put in there. Just hey, punch it up. See if you can, create an addendum to the book that you already have out and say, hey, and see if they'll sign up for that. And you get a digital calendar. But you can try that. Try to either change up your call to action or see if you can change the item instead of a digital calendar. What else? Maybe you could change it to a journal or a checklist. It's a lot of other little tidbit digital items you can do to do out as a give out to see if that'll help. Asking because I'm not sure. I need a good landing page option. How does that work with constant? I think they do make Constant Contact does. They used it didn't, but now they could be. You have to hook it up to another. But yeah, Constant Contact does, and also MailChimp as well. Pam says she also uses an app called Designer. I've heard of that to quickly and easily make short ebooks that I use for my lead magnets, even just 3 to 4 pages for an ebook. Right. And I use actually Story Origin as a way for, well, not to make the ebooks, but to get people to sign up for my newsletter list as well. I use Story Origin where I can go in and upload, because of course I have a whole bunch of ebooks as a fiction writer, so I use that as a way for them to get in there and sign up, and then they have the pages already, the landing pages for people. Checklist examples, please. So I have the digital checklists people can do, where the writing, publishing, and marketing digital checklist you can do. Sometimes I'm actually right now building a reader checklist, a reader traveling checklist. So when you go out and about and you want to still read, you can create this cute little kind of coin purse reader thing to make sure you always have it. And do you have this checklist? So yes, you can share the link for the Designer app. Of course. It can be different checklists. So I'm trying to think for you, Sandra, it can be self-care checklist. Reader, you can do weekend self-care checklist. You can do mommy self-care checklist. You can do daddy self-care checklist. You could do, students getting ready for school self-care checklist. The different checklists, it just depends. Your imagination can abound. But yeah, you can send out like different checklists that they can actually print out and post somewhere. You can make it designed in a PDF of how they can print it out. I know one girl, she had printed out a door knocker, door like a do not disturb kind of thing, and people actually designed it. People actually printed it off, where you could make it yourself, cut it out, and then she's like, sign up for her thing. You could get a do not disturb kind of readers thing. I'm reading, and she would do these like every quarter. She would come out with a do not disturb, so people can color it and put it on their door. And then she would have a sign. You can make it into a sign or a door thing where you can have the hole in it. Was enough to put a hole in there if you wanted to, and put it on your door so people didn't. It was kind of like a cute thing. So it's a lot of things you can offer, for people to sign up for your thing. Imagination is crazy. So yeah, try those out in terms of getting them to. But checklists are great. They are definitely great. And if you sign up for the course, most likely Miss Pamela will go into it in more detail. Definitely. So, and if you don't, just even sign up for her. Like I said, she does great articles on helping entrepreneurs get to where they need to be. Like I said, I do share them in the group a lot. So please, 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 please make sure you are signing up, and put a link to the website where they can sign up for your mailing list, Miss Pamela, so then they can make sure that they're doing that. Even if they can't take the course, they can always get all the information that she offers. It's a plethora of information. And I really, 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 really wanted her to be here. Dude. So she has like, oh my God, see, this thing is driving me crazy. It's only updating. It's 12 new comments. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me right now. Don't talk to me. I see that they've added more stuff in the behind the scenes, but okay, whatever. So we're going to get out of here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So make sure you guys sign up for her email list so you guys can get those awesome emails. Like I said, they are really cool. I love her emails. I'm always opening them up because they're really awesome. So definitely sign up for her email list, and then if you can, please sign up for the 6-week course, because I want people to take advantage of email marketing. It's very important, very vital. And like I said, it was important in 2000, and it's still relevant today. And it goes to show that yes, this is something you definitely should take time to do it, and make sure you do it right, so you can create a strong list. Your email list is your money. And when I tell you, I've gone through the 23 years of having a really strong email list and keeping people updated with my literary life. It was because of my email. It wasn't because of social media, because I had started before social media had even started or was even off and jumping like it is. And to know that I've created a 23-year literary life, it is, I would say, one of the factors was because of email. So yes, definitely. I'm going to actually post it outside the group, because sometimes when you are in a live, it doesn't allow you. Or see if you can right click on the link, and then it'll say open in a new tab. So I'm going to get out of here. If you guys have any more questions, or you're listening on the replay, please continue to post them. I'm going to continue to make Miss Pamela administration of the group, at least for today and tomorrow. I know she's been overwhelmed with all the stuff that I do behind the scenes. She's getting notifications as well. But I'm just letting her know she's going to be administration. So if you guys have any more questions, she's going to be watching this, or tag her in the comments, and so then she can answer your questions. But thank you guys for joining us, and I hope I did justice to the PDF. I don't profess to be an expert at email marketing. That's why I said learn with me. I'm always learning as we go. And this is one thing, even after 20 years of doing it, I am still learning about it, and still fascinated about how it still feels brand new whenever I am doing it. So I'm getting out of here. I know I look a hot mess. Like I said, this is the roll out of bed. So guys, I will see you. If I see any DMs on the Sterling Heights, I will definitely hit you guys up. I might take 2. Oh, thank you. That's an honor for you to say. That is an honor for you to say to me. Because I did that on the fly with a half an hour wake up brain. So I might take 2 authors for the Sterling Heights, because like I said, we have 2 tables this year. We only had 1 table last year. So I might take the first author that DMs me. I definitely am going to take you. And the second author, I'm going to just let you know Monday if we have the table open or not. So yeah, we might have room for 2 extra authors instead. So if you listened all the way to the end and you thought your chance was over with, go ahead, hit me up. If you can come out to the Sterling Fest. If you missed the explanation, it's July 29th at the Sterling Heights Library, and it takes place during Sterling Fest, and it's an author book fair. And we do get a prominent seating because we are right there when people are coming in. So yes, definitely hit me up. It's a great opportunity to actually even just going out and meeting other authors and seeing what they have to offer, and just networking with people. It's really awesome. And I think this year they'll actually have panels too. So let me know. And also I can get, if you let me know, I'll get your name over to D.A. Henneman, or is it D.A.? I don't think it's D.A. And somebody else. It's somebody else. It's not D.A. I'm sorry. But I'll get your name over to see if they can get a thing for you to so you can let everybody else know you'll be there as well. So yes, I'm getting out of here. How many books do you recommend an author bring? I usually would say a minimum, bring a minimum of at least, for the poor and broke. We got to go for the poor and broke first. Poor and broke option, a minimum of 10 books. I usually say always, on any occasion, on anything that you do, always have a minimum of 10 books in your repertoire. Always have them in your stock for anything. But for this, I would say bring about at least a minimum of 15 if you can, to make sure, because it does depend upon the genre of the author and the author itself. But I would say 15 is a great number, because I've sold plenty of them at there. And then I've met other librarians or book club people who would love to have me there, and we have worked out deals and stuff like that on the back end. So I love it because it's a great network opportunity for you. And I can't see worth a darn up close. You put an object 20 miles away, I probably could see it really clear. But yes, I would say at least 10 to 15 books, and you should be good to go. If you have 3 books in a journal, how many would you suggest to bring? I would say for that, if you don't want to be lugging it around, at least 5 of each, minimum. But for even that, I'd still say 10 minimum. I travel with a supply of mine. I was ready to talk about, right? Just network everywhere. But yeah, I would say at least 5 of each. Vanessa, it's for an event like that. So yeah, at least a minimum of 5. If you don't want to be bogged down, or you don't have like a big cabinet you can yank in, then that usually, yeah, that's what I usually do, because I have multiple books, and I usually do, like, if I don't want to be lugging, and I actually have a tool case that I lug around. That's my new thing, is my tool case, because one of them, the bottom one is books, and the top one is all the accessories that I have. So definitely I will lug that around, and I usually have about a minimum of 5 books each. And then if I go to an event and I sell, as soon as I get back to the car, I order more books to make sure that it stays at that minimum kind of thing. I've trained myself to do that, to always have a minimum of that. And make sure you bring, please make sure at every event, I don't care if you don't, even if you can't go buy your business cards from Staples for $10 for 100 of them, don't get me started, but you could actually make them in Canva, send them the card, email them the card, literally go on their site, put the information for the card in, and then even pay at the store, even if you don't have the money in advance, but you'll have it by the time you pick it up. You can actually do that for $10. If you can't do that, then you can go home and actually make the card yourself. But make sure you actually have something you can give to people who, if they don't even buy a book, you can make something on your printer and print it out. Make sure you have at least about 50 to 100 pieces that you can just give out to people. Never come to a book signing or book event without, and this is my tangent, that's why we're going a little bit over, because I'm getting on my soapbox. Please make sure you are having something to pass out to people in order for them to remember you or have something of you. Please don't go somewhere, and I've seen it a lot, and it, don't get me started, because it hurts my heart when I see just a book laying on the table that people just think that's just what people want to do. Just make sure you have at least 50 to 100 pieces of items, so when they're walking by, you can say, here, take this of me. And I don't care if they're gonna throw it in the trash can 2 feet away. You've done it. You've made that step in reaching out to people, because you never know. that one piece, that one little piece of paper, that one little piece of business card may change their mind. So number two thing you can do, go to the Dollar Tree and pick up a photo frame and put your book standing up. Do not lay your book on the table. Don't just lay your baby down on the table and think it's okay. Stop that, please. Get a Dollar Tree photo frame and put your book up. Stand it up so then it shows how proud you are of that book. So even if you're not there, they can see that this book proudly stands for this author. And you paid that much for a cover design. Show it off. So, okay. I'm going to get off my soapbox. Because, y'all. Yes. I do like Olivia Gaines' toy toolbox too as well. I love her stickers that she have on there. And then Pamela says a friend of mine met her husband because he always kept his books in the trunk. He showed the book to her as they were going into the gym, and the rest is history. Oh, it's so romantic. But yes, please make sure that you have your books, some promotion material, and a stand. That is the basis. Maybe I should make a checklist on a book signing events. That's what I need to do, is make a checklist on book signing events, because y'all, I just 3 months ago, no, it was 2 months ago, I went to a book signing event. I had about 50 authors, and I would say out of those 50 authors, it was 10 of them who had their books just laying on the table. It was one girl, her book was filled with books, and all of them was laying flat. I kid you not. She had about 6 books, and they were all beautifully on the table, flat as a pancake. Don't do that. Stop that, please. But yes, you can print out a piece of paper and cut it up with the kids, because that's what I used to literally do. Is I would print out half sheet flyers in Word, and then cut them up and pass these suckers out to people, literally. And I cannot tell you how many people came back and found me, or came on my website, or has said, hey, I got this flyer from a friend. Over the years, it's just been like, hey, I was broke poor, and you can say, hey, well, I don't want to look cheap or anything. You don't have to. You can neatly cut. You know how to neatly cut. And with all these, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get a little splicer and cut it. But please, you can get heavier paper stock and cut it. I'm just saying, no excuse not to have promotional material on your table with your information on it. There is no excuse not to have it. And I'm disappointed in all authors who don't do it and don't go out with that promotional material when they go out, because you never know. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I've had fingers bleeding from scraping that little blade back and forth. And you know what? I kiss my wound and keep it going, because I know that little piece of paper is going to get to somebody who really need it. So please do it and stop not sitting there. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. That was my 5-minute soapbox about bad tables at book events. I better not see y'all. I better not see y'all. I'm fussing at you, Vanessa. I will fuss at you, because I know. But yes, definitely, guys, make sure you guys have the email list, and put that on your table too. Don't forget, you can put your email list, or even use your tablet and put it up there with your cheap little photo frame from Dollar Tree, and have people sign in right there and leave their email right there. Type it up and leave it in. No excuse. No excuse, guys, not to get those emails and do that at your even offline events is getting emails. That's a cute little, yeah, a roundabout from a soapbox back to our subject at hand. Yeah, you can do that, and or get a piece of paper and a sign up list and then go in and type them in later and send them their welcome email. So definitely use that. So I'm going to segue that. I'm going to segue that with a goodbye. I'll see you guys next week. It's your assignment to get out the house and come visit us, even if you don't have a table, to come support authors. Sometimes bodies matter. I always used to say that bodies matter, and they still matter, because it's nice to know that you came out and said hi. You might find a great Christmas gift for someone else that you can come out and buy and support other authors, and just being there around it is just fun. Just being around books is fun. So I hope you guys come out, whether you have a table or not, and support local authors, because if you can't buy a car in Michigan, buy a local author book. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. So yes, oh yeah, make sure. Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, make sure you have your digital, QR codes too. That's always a good thing. I've been in love with QR codes since they first came out. So make sure you guys have your QR codes on your signs too. Definitely on your tables as well, so you can flash it. Oh, flashing cash. That's nice. Just flash the cash. Oh, that's so good. So yes, definitely. I will. And you know what, guys? How you guys are, just so we can make the checklist all together. Put in what you have on your book signing, what you make sure you have in your book signing events when you go out to help other people. And then tips and tricks on your email list as well. So yes, let's get out of here. You can do it over in Canva. Go to your Canva, say apps, and then type in QR code in the search thing, and you can just put the link into it, and then Canva will make your QR code for free. Yeah. So yeah, real easy, real easy. Um, yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. I think it's on the free accounts too. I think you can use the QR codes on the free account. I think you can. But yeah, just definitely. I've used them before where I had a book event and they wanted a QR code for each book, because I wasn't going to be at the table. And like, bam, I just went to Canva and bam, 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 and was able to create a piece of paper for each book. So definitely. So like I said, if you're listening on the replay, leave comments about email marketing, any questions that you have. Miss Pamela will be monitoring this. I'll have her administrator for about a day or so. I'll take it off tomorrow because I know you're overwhelmed with all my notifications. I'm gonna post the Google Doc thing one more time, just in case you're listening and you didn't get it in the upper comments. I'm gonna post the Google Doc so you guys can get the PDF for that as well. And don't forget to follow Miss Pamela. Please don't forget to follow and take that 6-week course. Very important if you're listening now. So I'm gonna get out of here and go help my husband do some work at the camp. We're at the camp right now. Let's see if you guys can see. I'll give you a little, if you see. So this is our camp area. Oh, those are the cords coming inside, but this is our camp. And if you can see over there, that's my writing shed we are working on as we speak. I've been posting pictures, but that's where we are, and I'm gonna go out and work, and you guys, and then write later, and you guys have a beautiful and wonderful day. Bye.